UMOCA's newest exhibition, From Saudi Arabia, called Cities of Conviction, presents works that examine the struggle and transformations of Saudi society. The artists also delve into complex issues linking Utah and Saudi Arabia. How did you get the Cities of Conviction exhibit?
Stephen Stapleton, who's the director of Culture Runners, which is an international nonprofit that does cultural exchanges, was coming to town. I took him to see the temple grounds, and we started having a conversation about places where religion plays a large role. He was working in Saudi Arabia, and then of course Utah has the LDS Church, which over 60% of the population of Utah. So that started some of those initial dialogues, and then we looped Jared into the exhibition soon after to start thinking about the artists and the critical concepts that would sort of bridge the culture of Saudi Arabia and Utah.
And you brought an artist here to do a residency.
Yes, Balkis El-Rashed. Young artist, sort of up and coming, got some notoriety on Instagram, a piece that she did called A State of Play, where she's dressed in her robes and is hula hooping. She's our first international artist in residence. She was here for 6 weeks. She digested the culture, really looked at the faith as the starting point for the installation that she made.
Balkis, marhaba. Explain your art and what you try and do with it.
I feel my art is very playful and very explorative. When people ask me what is your medium, it's hard to even answer that question just because I'm really playful with that too. So one time it could be a performance and another time it could be an installation. There's something that is always consistent in all my work, which is the idea of contrast and belonging, and how it's important for us as humans as well to give things meanings. There are so many commonalities between Saudi Arabia and Utah or Salt Lake City.
So what similarities specifically have you seen?
So many, but the first one that was striking to me was when I first got to Salt Lake City, the temple was really in the center of everything. Mecca also is centralized to the built environment in Saudi Arabia, so I felt like the same thing is happening here in Salt Lake City. Growing up in Saudi Arabia, we have certain limitations, so I feel like that fueled my playfulness and just to explore things like a child would.
Tell us a little about her installation.
Yeah, so I think the thing that she really keyed into was the centralization of the religion here. I mean, you know, our entire city is based off of North Temple, South Temple, West Temple, and everything builds out from there. She was looking at that. She was also really interested in the salt flats and salt being this connection back to creation, also to death. If you have too much salt, it could kill you if you don't have enough. And then looking at the idea of the veil in the Mormon faith and the veil as it pertains to Islam, and looking at those similarities, and sort of found a way to create a living artwork that's made from salt water from the Great Salt Lake, black fabric, and salt. So as the exhibition goes on, the fabric will absorb the salt and continue to change and alter throughout the course of the 6 months that the show is up. It's amazing.
And you walk through it on salt, barefoot.
There's the sound that it makes too as you sort of walk through it. As Jared said, the salt's going to change and wick up and create new forms every day, so it's always going to be slightly different.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, what other pieces stand out for you?
I really appreciate Moath Alafi's images of the mosques. There's something very simple and minimal about his photographs, but they say so much. The mosque becomes the connection between the heavens and the earth. Thinking about the others, there's Abdul Nasser Garam's Road to Mecca. It's a freeway sign above the freeway as you're entering into Mecca, and it tells non-Muslims that they have to exit to the right. Muslims can go straight forward, and then if you have official business, you can exit to the left. The idea that they want to maintain that sacredness by only letting people who are of that faith in there is something that I think also resonates with this community. You know, it's a special place for them to practice.
Christian, what other works stand out for you?
I think Arwa's pictures of the women driving the bumper cars in the video, while we in the West have this picture of women just wearing niqabs and sort of being oppressed, they're out going to amusement parks, they're out having fun. It's not just a dour, sad culture where they're just locked away in rooms. I mean, there is definitely a culture of conservatism, but they go out and do all sorts of crazy fun things too, and it's sort of getting people to see that side.
Something that stands out for all the artists is their understanding of how their work will be read here versus how it will be read in Saudi. And that understanding is something I don't think that a lot of artists consider. You know, they make a work and they say this is what it is and this is how it should be understood. They know there's going to be a different rating and they're open and interested in that.
Talked about the petrol pieces too.
Evolution of Man.
That one to me is very powerful.
Arabic is read right to left, whereas English, you know, we read left to right. So the way that it codes between sort of a Western and an Eastern sort of style of reading is true for quite a few of these works.
So what you've done really is help increase awareness of another culture and religion.
I think it was important to create an exhibition that caused questions rather than telling somebody what to think.
You know, I just hope people come down with an open mind, but I have a feeling that even if they think they know what they're getting, they're gonna be surprised.
Salt Lake City is one of only 10 cities in the United States to get this exhibition. It will be at UMOCA through January 6, 2018. For more information, go online to utahmoca.org. For Contact in the Community, I'm Mary Dixon.